Hello again. Endgame studies are always instructive, and as Capablanca put it, always study chess from the endgame. He did have a point. Now, what we have in front of us is a situation where if the pawns weren't on the board, it would be a theoretical draw, a rook against a bishop. However, there are pawns on the board, and white's pawn, of course, as can be seen, is much better placed than black's. So I think the key move is pretty obvious. We play h8 equals. To what do we promote it? Well, the simple answer to that is that we must promote it to a queen. Because if you were to promote it to a rook, for instance, let's just put one on there, and we can see what's going to happen. The bishop will go in here, check, the rook will take, the king will take, and it would be a win for white, but it would be a protracted affair. We're not interested in protracted affairs. We are interested in a checkmate in 4 moves. So that's the first move we promoted. We're not giving check to black. Now, what does black have here? Well, he has 4 replies and by implication 4 variations. The first one is here. Now clearly if we take with the queen, he's likely to perhaps get away. So what do we do here? Indeed, you do have to be very careful, because looking at this position, if you were to play this and he came here and then you did something like that, lo and behold, black is extremely close to stalemate. You'd probably have to play here and then he'd take, and that's exactly what it would be, stalemate. So you do have to bear in mind those sorts of positions that can arise, and you don't want them to. You want to avoid that at all cost. So just putting this back for a moment, we've promoted and he plays here. So what do? We don't play queen takes g7. Well, what we do is we play rook takes 7, checkmate. So that's staring us in the face, really, isn't it? And often the obvious is difficult to see. So well done for anyone who saw it and didn't fall into the queen g7 routine. So that is very straightforward. What about, instead of bishop g7, bishop to h6? Do we do something with the rook here, or is it the queen this time? Well, it's the queen this time, and it's queen to g8, checkmate. So we have 2 very simple and straightforward checkmates there in 2 moves. So that's no problem at all. So the other move that black has is to here, and he has one more with his pawn. We'll just look at this king move. What do we do here? How do we deal with this? Well, if you notice, black's bishop is pinned. However, black is threatening to get away. So what we do is we snuff this out. We just play here. And then black's only move is here. So what's coming? Well, it's this nice little rejoinder here, stopping him on the C line. He only has one move. Has to go back, and then, yes. That's checkmate in 4 moves, which is rather nice on the back rank. So let's look at the final variation in this problem. This is where we have promoted to a queen. We've looked at bishop g7, bishop h6, and king e8. What happens after e6? How do we deal with this little problem here? Of course, this is tempting. Well, it's a mate in 5 if you try that way. Check it out for yourselves. But there's a quicker route to get to checkmate. Can you see it? Okay, well, it's this neat reply. Queen takes f8. Now, that's a queen sack. Now, black has no choice. He has to take it. So what do we play now? Right, well, what we do is we take his pawn off. And can you see what's coming? Yeah, we're going to get him on the other side this time. We got him on the C line in the 3rd variation. This time, he has to come here. That's right, and we come here. And that is a very instructive problem, like I said at the outset of this video. It shows you just what you can do with minimal force, so long as your minimal pieces are placed in the right parts of the board. I trust you enjoyed this one, and goodbye for now.